What's up, YouTube and world? It's Anthony from Meineke Cinnaminson. I started in this business in 1991, and that was kind of like the transition of traditional sway bar links to tie rod end ball socket sway bar links. And as the years went on in the business, I noticed that they've come out with these pinched nuts. I've complained about this to myself many years ago, but I'm going to let the world know now. So what do I mean by pinched nuts? This is an axle nut, and you can see where the manufacturer pinches the threads. All right, same thing here, pinches the threads. Here's smaller ones. Threads are pinched, so this is where they squeezed it. All right, very difficult to install and uninstall. What I prefer to do is save the factory nuts for a tie rod end or sway bar links. And if it's the same thread as the aftermarket, then use the factory nuts, because then you don't have this pinching issue. I think they came out with this reason, for one, is the installers just don't know how to tighten up bolts properly anymore. And the only way they can stop it was to pinch the threads so it doesn't loosen up. The problem is they're not torquing them down right to begin with, or using Loctite when necessary. So my new guy, right there in that little jacket, did an axle the other day, and he tightened it up, and then the air gun stopped, and he thought that it was tight, but he was only tightening up on the pinch, which threw the whole torque process off in the gun. And he said, oh wow, it's tight. He never shook the wheel, put the wheel back on, went for a road test, and had a knocking noise, brought it back in, said something's wrong. I put it up in the air, and I see the pinch nut, and I'm like, yeah, electric guns don't like to run these down for your final torque process. You need to use an air gun and then, you know, reset the torque properly. But my overall story is, these suck. I don't know why the manufacturers came out with them, more than to irritate and aggravate me. So if you're using these, what I like to do is put grease on the threads. That makes them go on a lot easier. But most of the time when you have to take it back apart, it just tears the threads up, and you have to redo the whole entire job. Pinch nuts.